The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
Have a look at the stock of the day. It is Koala, the online furniture brand launching on the ASX today. Now, shares were offered at $3.40, valuing the company around $305 million. The direct-to-consumer retailer challenging traditional furniture retailers like Harvey Norman, Nick Scali, Temple & Webster, but entering the market during a period when consumers are reducing spending on large household items. In fact, we just saw today that consumer sentiment, according to ANZ Roy Morgan, has slipped into a fresh record low in data going back to 1973. Furniture retail stocks down around 30 to 50% year to date, making this IPO a significant test of investor confidence. Now, the CEO and co-founder Danny Milk has a 20.8% holding in Koala, and champion cricketer Steve Smith will own almost 4% of the company after investing around $100,000 a decade ago. This is an interesting one, gentlemen. I've got a couple of friends that have bought Koala couches. I find them quite interesting in the sense that they come ready packed, and then you take them out of the packages and they all just, open up like that. What do you think, Francesco?
A little bit early days for me. Look, I like that, the cost structure is fairly lean, obviously direct to consumer. A lot of it's online sales. So I don't think they've got any bricks and mortar stores, to be honest with you. I'm not a follower of that in the retail market. I know they got the mattresses and the sofas and things like that. And they're not just selling in Australia, even though the brand suggests it's Aussie. They are selling in the US and the UK and Japan. So, it's a big market that they're offering in. I dare say the competition's very strong in all those markets as well. IPO'd at 340. It's last I saw it was trading around 344. So I wouldn't have expected much upside in this thing, particularly like you say, the consumer sentiment's come off a bit. Fuel prices are higher, interest rates are rising. So this sort of spending, whilst you would call it discretionary spending, I suspect might come under a bit of pressure. I don't know enough about the metrics. Look, I know their revenue for 2025 was about 276 million, and they're forecasting 330 million, so that's up 20%. That's revenue lines. I'm not sure what their EPS is, so it's hard for me to put a number on that. Would I buy it? No, not at this stage. I'd watch and wait and see at this stage.
So can I put you as a hold if we have to pick
Look,
one?
if I bought it if I bought it on the IPO, I'd hold because you bought it because you had confidence in the business.
Yeah.
If I bought it pre-IPO, I'd probably take a little bit off the table.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But would I be buying on market today? No, I'd wait to see how it tracks.
What do you think about couches that come pre-packaged?
Oh, well, I love it. I mean, like the thing is, basically they've saved so much on shipping, and then they first started with the mattresses, and you can see they came in that box, and then they were first to have that. I think it was like 180-day trial, but basically you can just use it for 6 months, and if you don't like it, you can return it, and that's what sort of kicked off the actual product. Would I buy it today? No. So what's happened is that they tried to IPO last year, but then the markets, in Liberation Day, Trump tariffs caused the IPO to go on hold. And what's happened since then is that other online retailers like Temple & Webster, Lavisa have all been smashed in that time. So obviously and what they've had to do is actually revise the actual IPO and the valuations to come to market to get it listed. To get that money in. So they raised 68 million in it. And with that, they're going to try and expand in the US. So that's their target market for growth. And I will just say this, I am fairly cautious with things that are happening at the moment. So I'm not looking to, get into a consumer discretionary stock at this stage. I mean, like it looks like a well-run company. If the market environment was different, I would have a different view on this. But unfortunately, it's going to be, consumer discretionary in an environment where people are worrying about filling up their cars. I'd rather be in a different space. So I'll just give it a hold for now. Let's wait and see.
All right. So pretty much a hold, I guess, if you had it from both my guests on the stock of the day, Koala, which is launching today on the market. Jonathan loves the concept of it and the fact that you save a lot on shipping and the like, but was being very cautious given the fact, as he rightly mentioned, some of us can't even afford to fill up our cars at the moment. And Francesco saying, look, too early at the moment. And if he'd bought pre-IPO, he'd probably be taking a tiny bit of profit today, but we'll call that a hold, the stock of the day.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at ig.com.